Sarah was born on July 18, 2004 in Richmond, Virginia. After a relatively smooth delivery, her doctor identified a slight heart murmur, decreased heart function, and hip dysplasia, all issues they thought she'd outgrow. But after about a month at home, Sarah suddenly went into complete heart failure and wasn't expected to make it through the day. That's when Sarah started surprising us all with her amazing strength and resilience. We took her to CHOP, one of the top children's hospitals in the world. CHOP's pediatric heart transplant team diagnosed her with non-compaction cardiomyopathy, years later to be discovered a result of a congenital muscular dystrophy called titinopathy. CHOP placed her on a cocktail of medications and she thrived, continuing to show off new skills to her doctors. While she had gross motor delays, she didn't let any of that slow her down. With some physical therapy, she began walking, loved to sing, dance, and play with friends. But unfortunately, when she was 4.5 and happened to be at CHOP for her normal checkup, Sarah went into cardiac arrest. She required extensive CPR, ECMO, and ultimately was placed on a ventricular assist device for 7 months while we anxiously awaited her heart transplant. After receiving a beautiful new heart not long before her 5th birthday, an MRI revealed a partial spinal cord infarction, and that, along with her muscular condition, would lead to other complications. Through all this, we were fortunate to have a wonderful care team at CHOP, including Sherry, Sarah's primary child life specialist. Sherry played with Sarah regularly and was often the highlight of her day. She made the hospital fun for both Sarah and her brother Jacob. Sherry was an advocate and friend to Sarah, but also someone who could come in, make her smile, and explain the scary world of a hospital to her.
I'd only been there for a couple of years, and I think Sarah was my first real long-term patient. She challenged me in a lot of ways to think about how to be creative, especially with play. She had a lot of limitations, especially at the beginning. So I had to think really creatively about how to help her have fun, and how to help her have some positive experiences during a time where every day was filled with stress and anxiety. And she taught me a lot about pushing my creativity and also advocating for what play in an ICU could look like. Keep going. Okay, stop.
Whoa!
Oh, it is sparkling.
The staff at CHOP became a second family to us. Everyone from the security guards to the surgeons knew Sarah and gave her a warm welcome. And despite the many difficult periods we had at the hospital, Sarah didn't fear going back. She trusted her medical team and became skilled at advocating for herself. Sarah was our spunky, sassy, beautiful girl, proud to be a good student and part of her high school chorus. Sarah loved to bake, especially chocolate chip cookies, and hoped to ultimately open a bakery one day. She had a sharp mind, quick wit, incredible memory, and strongly held beliefs that she wasn't afraid to share. With countless obstacles thrown her way, she never let them get her down. She would occasionally take a moment to vent or complain, but she'd quickly move on. Her strength, positive attitude, compassion, and humor brightened every day. After Sarah passed, we knew immediately we wanted to find a way to honor her legacy with something that was important to her and where we could make a difference. That led us back to Child Life. The Child Life program at CHOP made our experience more manageable. We saw firsthand the incredibly important part Child Life, and specifically therapeutic play, had on Sarah and others.
Call it play with a purpose. So there's always a goal in mind when we're playing with kids. And sometimes that goal is just normalizing the hospital and giving kids something fun to do that they understand. But a lot of what we're doing is providing play as an opportunity for emotional expression and physical outlets. Here at CHOP, we are seen as part of the medical team. We attend rounds, we are considered as part of the decision making, we're able to advocate on the behalf of children, and that to me is the biggest impact that we've been able to see.
Our goal is to not only support and enhance the resources available to the Child Life team so that more patients and families can benefit from them, but to really help cultivate that critical relationship between the patient and the Child Life specialist. That really all starts with play.
And so we might take something as simple as chutes and ladders and take when you get a ladder, you talk about something that's an up at the hospital, and when you get a chute, you talk about something that's a down at the hospital.
Once a level of trust has been built, children feel more comfortable asking questions and are able to better understand what's happening and why, reducing the stress on the child and the family. Smiles from Sarah is focused on providing Child Life teams with resources they need to achieve the therapeutic benefits we witness firsthand. We do this by providing Child Life teams with both direct funding and therapeutic play kits.
It's given us an opportunity to allow patients to really express themselves in a multitude of different ways. And without that ability and without that opportunity, patients don't always get the chance to actually talk through what might be going on for them while in this hospital setting or while navigating their medical encounters.
We were able to describe each color of sand related to a feeling that she has. It was nice to see that some of the feelings that she identified as positive, such as happy and love, took up lots of space in the bottle, and things like worry or frustrated took up a little bit of space in the bottle. And these are things that I don't think I would have ever gotten out of her if I hadn't had great therapeutic activity like the ones that you guys provide us. So thank you so much, and we feel so fortunate to be able to have resources like this at our fingertips.
Developed in consultation with child life specialists, our therapeutic play kits are fun team-building exercises for offices, sports teams, or just groups of friends to connect and get creative. We've designed 6 unique therapeutic play activities so far, which we prepare in organized kits with easy-to-follow instructions designed specifically for child life specialists to deploy.
My average census was probably about 28 to 30 kids. And so I certainly wasn't seeing all of those kids in a day. The kits, one of the things I love about them is they make us more efficient, right? Like instead of every time I have to go do an activity, going to pull all the supplies and get it ready each time, I can just grab and go. And it's something that I've heard from the child life specialists who are using them is that it's really supporting the work we do and helping us to be more efficient, but also inspiring them to try something new.
In our 17 years in and out of children's hospitals, we saw the ICU populations continue to grow thanks to many medical advances. But child life resources are stretched thinner and thinner. Our hope is to create more awareness and expand our reach, providing direct funding and therapeutic play kits to area children's hospitals that don't have the resources some of the larger ones do. If you'd like to help us with our cause, we urge you to donate funds, enabling us to support the wonderful work of the child life specialists in honor of Sarah.